If you can, place your hands on your belly. Breathe in and breathe out. If you can, breathe in through the nose and try to breathe out through the nose as well. If you need to use the mouth, then of course, use the mouth to breathe. As much as possible, try to let the breath come naturally. Feel how the belly moves as you breathe. Notice the shape of your breathing. As you inhale, the belly rises outward from the body, expanding, lifting, opening out side to side too. And as you exhale, the belly drops down into you. Has the motion of moving in towards the spine, but also it settles a little towards the pelvis as well. Spend a few breaths just noticing this, feeling it if you can put your hands on your belly. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. Notice the breath up the torso as well. Notice how when you inhale, the ribs open outward, not just in the front body, but all around the body. Out to the sides, towards the back. The ribs open away from each other, allowing the lungs to fill. And every time you come back to your exhales, take all the time you need. Just let the exhales release naturally. Let's spend a few breaths just practicing the exhale. So as you come to the exhale, I want you to sort of let your attention ride down the exhale as if you were going down a gentle slide. And every time you come to the bottom of the exhale, let your muscles get really, really soft so that the exhale at the end just dissipates, sort of flutters away into space. We can use that exhale to start to relax tight, anxious musculature, sore, wounded tissues, anything that feels wrapped up, knotted, or reluctant, anything that's been holding you together in your days. Say thank you to those muscles, those tissues, and really mean it. It's important to really thank the body for all the work it's doing. And then every time you come to an exhale, let's see if we can direct it through the body, just asking it to soften into those areas I was referring to. You may have specific areas, perhaps the area around your port, that have been invaded recently. You may have areas that have been fighting the fight a long time. Or maybe you just have a general sensation throughout the body that you'd like to sort of breathe into or breathe out, releasing anything that we can get rid of. Carbon dioxide, anything we're done with. Emotion, cancer. Let it all just drop away. Now let's start to use the exhales throughout the head, the skull, the scalp. And we're going to unwind those muscles a little bit to help with the breathing. So take your exhales and let's start with the eyes. Sometimes I feel like my eyes are an instrument or an indicator of my worry. And the more I worry, the closer my eyes get to the bridge of my nose, and the more solidly my eyebrows knit together. So let's see if we can kind of settle into those tissues, and noticing the muscles that ring the eye sockets, noticing how as we exhale we can start to let them open outward, away from the orb of the eye, softening open, releasing their grip. And as they do that, the eyes themselves can relax deeper into you. True if you're sitting and true if you're lying down. They will feel like they're releasing into your skull. And as they start to relax and the optic nerve behind the eyes starts to relax, then the eyebrows will unfurrow and you'll feel the eyes slide away from the bridge of the nose. Now, as we do that, as we work with the muscles of the eye sockets, you might start to feel the breath moving more freely through the roof of the mouth, through the muscles of the sinus passages, all around the sinus passages. So as the air travels by the roof of the mouth up through that sinus opening there, let it be as soothing to you as possible. Remember, this is your nourishing oxygen, and we need the oxygen to keep the cells and the tissues and the blood healthy. Letting the oxygen in through the sinuses, into the lungs, where it can be transferred into the blood. And anywhere that you feel the breath touching through the sinuses, through the windpipe, in the mouth maybe, allow those areas to be soothed by the feeling of the breath. And as the roof of the mouth relaxes more deeply, you might feel a sensation of either release or gripping in the back of the mouth, the jaw, the molars. If you feel the gripping, see if you can let it melt a little bit. Every time you exhale, let the exhales melt those areas a little bit. Letting the jaw relax. As the jaw relaxes, the back of the neck, the collarbone area, the top of the shoulders, the back of the shoulder blades relax a little bit. And as those areas soften, you'll start to feel the breath moving more freely through the sternum and in and around the armpit region, knowing that the lungs are receiving the breath, receiving their needed oxygen. Come back to feeling the hands on the belly and seeing how lightly and softly your belly is moving with the breath. Let's just go back to feeling that movement, the waves of the breath, traveling in, traveling out, nourishing, enjoying what it's like to be right here, right now, in your absolutely perfect body, with nothing more to do.